Well, would you look at this? The spike top is literally being installed for Hollywood Drift. We've got crew up there, we've got some American flags hanging on the crane and on the spike top itself, as well as, I believe, the 25th anniversary of the Fast and Furious logo up on there as well. Look at this. They are literally installing the spike as we speak. Hello everyone and welcome back to Dueling Park News. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Chase and we are here at Universal Orlando Resort to catch up on Hollywood Drift construction, and as you can see, it's quite literally peaking today. Honestly, this is kind of a milestone for me because I always make jokes on X and Instagram about the spike top not being installed. It was always staged on the ground being ready to install, but it was just never installed, and here we go. Like, it is quite literally being installed as we speak. I think it's really cool they added the Fast and Furious 25th anniversary up there as well on that flag too. Well, enough playing around, let's go over to the Hard Rock and get a better angle of this spike being installed because I would like to watch them install it from that angle. Well, naturally I have to get a shot of the globe and the spike top. So let's get this beautiful globe spinning around, boom, just like that. And then we can zoom in. Hey everybody, looking really good up there. Now, since it is early in the morning, Universal Studios Florida is not open yet, but you know the drill. Come to the arches, turn left, say hi to my shadow, and we will go over to the Hard Rock Cafe for better views. Before I head over to the Hard Rock, I'll come in the little exit area of studios, and I'll come over here to get a better shot of this twisted spike. And it sure is twisted. Now we really see what it looks like when we are going up this at, 80 miles an hour. It's kind of very fitting that the Back to the Future music is playing as I pan up the spike. Well, what do you guys think? This spike is looking really good right here. It's gonna go up, twist, come back down. Maybe we'll be drifting. We'll face one way up and then face the other way down and boom, back through the track. Okay, onward to the Hard Rock Cafe. Now, isn't this just so cool? Like, I'm walking right here, practically underneath this spike as they are installing it. And just this is going to have guests screaming, flying through here soon. I mean, it's going to be crazy. And of course, we got to do the down the middle, straight up pan of the spike. And then, of course, everyone online was there to reassure me that this was technically not inversion. It was an overbanked turn or curve. However, if it reaches over 135 degrees, it is considered an inversion. So what do you guys think? Get your protractors out because we're going to do some math up here in a second. I guess I'll go straight to the balcony because, I don't know, the sun is out. I don't know which angle is the best to grab photos and videos of this spike. Well, here is a look at your overbanked turn or inversion. I don't know. I don't know if that's 135 degrees or not, guys. But if we pan over to the right and look straight up, I know the sun kind of makes it really dark, but look at that. The spike is finally there. Inside the actual track portion of this area, heading towards the spike, to be specific, it does look like we have some new things to talk about. However, bunny hop hill, up the spike. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? And over on the City Walk Bridge, we actually have the Universal Creative team taking photos in front of the spike, or at least rather the spike in the background. But hey, it's a monumental moment. We now have the top of the spike up on the coaster. A lot of people were saying that this might go on last, but look at that. It's on here now, and we're all grabbing photos and videos. Now let's take a brief moment to come to the backside of the Hard Rock Cafe and look at this overbanked turn. Again, I know the sun is not working into our favor today, but if we pan up towards this turn now, take a look at that. The track is almost facing like towards the ground right here. I don't know. You know me, I would call it an inversion, but I guess that's not the technical terminology. I guess it's going to be an overbanked turn. I don't know, in my eyes, if you are literally upside down like that, I feel like that's qualifying for an inversion, but again, I am not, the most coaster educated, but this is just looking gnarly now. I mean, look at this. This This is crazy how much progress they are making on this coaster. And hopefully by the time the park opens and I go inside, get some footage from in there, and then come back out to City Walk, the sun will have moved positions, because this is some great views of the track. But I can't do it justice because the sun is like shining on everything. We've got a lot of movement back here. We've got the track extended out further now. Looks like we'll be going up right here in this area. Looks like they're doing some work back there with some of the switch track area. Yeah, what are we doing back there? We finally going to add some more, track to that specific area? Would be cool to see. Now, styrofoam has been added over there to where that you come off the switch track and head towards the spike. I'll go back towards the front of the Hard Rock and get better footage of it because I did notice it earlier. But that's pretty cool. That wasn't there last time. And here you go. This is kind of a better shot of the styrofoam placed over top of the track right there now. We do have all the fins coming over the bunny hop, and more fins have been added towards the spike now. Look at that. We finally got our fins added. We're going to be shooting up to the spike, drifting, coming back down, and hitting this track hard. I'm actually going to head back over here towards the front of the Hard Rock Cafe. I figured we could get a better look at all the construction taking place, even if the sun is not cooperating with us. Here we go. Here's a great look at the spike, and if we pan over to the left, the overbank turn. But look at all this track now. I mean, they have been going crazy with the track itself. Every 2 days, this coaster just grows phenomenally. I mean, I think best case scenario, we could see testing late fall, early winter, because a lot of this area, and like I showed in my last video too, has got to be cleared out for Halloween Horror Nights. And once I get inside and go back and film that area where the 2 entrance areas for Halloween Horror Nights will be, you'll get a better sense of that if you've never been to Halloween Horror Nights, that is. They allow guest flow through the soundstage areas behind the plaza stage, and because houses are back there. And obviously that's blocked off because of construction right now for Hollywood Drift. However, they are staging the entrances for those areas now for Halloween Horror Nights. So I would say it's safe to assume the track in those specific areas, well, not just the track, all the construction in those specific areas will be completed in order for guests to walk through. And if that's the case, that would explain why all this track has been moving so fast and furiously to be done, because it's got to get done. And once the track is complete back there in the New York section, soundstage section, however you want to refer to it as, that's it. This is pretty much done right here. So I say pretty much done. We still got a lot more connections to go through, but it'll be done before summer's done for sure. Here's another good look at all the fins that have been added over here before you get to the spike. It's kind of in a shaded area, so I figured I'd grab it. Looks good though, doesn't it? Well, unfortunately now I have to play the waiting game. Universal Studios Florida is open until 10. They don't have early park admission anymore, which Universal, I love you to death. You need to bring that back, because a lot of families do complain about that, especially if they're here staying and they want to get as much park time in as they can. It was nice when you guys opened up at 9 and had EPA at 8, but I'm going to go chill, maybe get some more shots, and then I will head into the park once it opens. All right, hello again. We are finally back in the park now. The park is open, and I'm gonna come over here to the center stage area and get a good look at the spike and all the other track that's been added. This is kind of a funny view. You get to see how skinny the spike is. It looks like a giant stick. Also, there's a great view of the overbank turn. This palm tree, which has lost its palm leaves, is kind of in the way, but we can kind of walk around it and get a good shot of it. I mean, look at that. Look at how tall it is. We'll be able to peek into Studios Florida once we are drifting around that spike. It's also a good shot of the brake run and the direction that's coming into here. Looks like you might shoot into the soundstage, but don't worry, you won't. And then of course over here by the Jimmy Fallon bathrooms, we have some of the covering going over the track. It looks like a lot more supports have popped up around this portion of the track as well. Now earlier in the video I mentioned about the whole Halloween Horror Nights traffic coming in and out of the soundstage areas, and as you can see here they already have the truss up, and I am saying truss. I'm sorry if a T gets added to my word, but it's a southern accent coming out. But this will be the entrance coming in and out of the sound stages. So they're going to have all this like construction complete, at least for the Thoroughput area, because we got to walk back there for Halloween Horror Nights. So it's going to be interesting to see how much gets done in the next 2 months. And I'm going to retract my statement from the last video saying that the truss were up over here for Halloween Horror Nights, because again, all this plaza stage area becomes a queue for the houses, especially going towards that area, which again, that area is going to open up for Thoroughput, you know, to get to the houses. These are actually up right now for the 4th of July. I'm assuming they will probably get repurposed for Halloween Horror Nights, but they've got lights and decorations up for the 4th. All right, onward we go. Let's go towards the entrance area and see if there's any new updates over there. And a reminder, we do have new asphalt right here. So it's like you're basically driving on a new road all the way to Hollywood Drift. Also, there's a mini truss put up. Now that one for sure is for Halloween Horror Nights. Coming over here back to the unload and load station area, we do still see that they have not completed the construction, you could say, for the firehouse facade. It's still being repaired. I see the metal bars, but as far as the track back here, the catwalk is receiving more steel framework, and it looks like there's a lot of stuff going on underneath down there where all this construction is taking place. So we've got a bunch of people moving back and forth. I see little excavators down there as well. Actually, maybe they're not. Maybe that might be the little switch track area, so they might be doing some work for it over there. Again, the blue supports and track are kind of hiding what they're doing, but always good to see. Now, we did see last time that the roofing was completed overhead, and it looks like they were still adding more of the siding on, and it does stop right there towards that last metal beam, as well as the other siding over there to the right. So, still making some great progress. Looks like they're more focused on the track, the drive tires, and the catwalk in this area. You know, it's probably just easier to get the equipment in and out while it's still open like this. And here is one last look of the load and unload area. We've got some catwalk going around. The firehouse facade is still being worked on. The roofing is covering the structure, and we've got those drive tires. They are looking really, really good. Oh yeah, there's quite a bit of them too. All right, you know the drill. We're in this area, we're filming Hollywood Drift. We've got to come check out Fast and Furious Supercharged. Get a good ride with the family in. Family, 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 family. For how bad the ride is, I still think the queue is awesome. Like, it's just so good. The usual cars are still missing. The ones that usually remain here are still here, as well as the Mona Lisa. And again, this portion of the queue remains closed because this is being converted into Halloween Horror Nights queue. Lapping this one more time, we see that the supports and track are staged. They're not even staged, they're up. I don't love to say the word staged, but they are up and ready. This will be the entrance for Halloween Horror Nights Thoroughput. And we see that the track is sloped, so it looks like it will be going, you know, up in the air one more time. It would be funny if they did a non-inverted loop over the stage again, you know, in memory of Rip Ride Rocket. All right, let's head back out into City Walk and we will say our goodbyes to the top of the spike that just got added. And as you exit the park, what once was Rip Ride Rocket is now Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift and the spike. Well, that's gonna wrap up my video here today at Universal Orlando Resort. We got to see some great progress with Hollywood Drift, including that spike. I feel like I have to bend down so you can see it. It's just so tall, you can't get a really good angle of it over here. And let me know in the comments what you think about this spike. Does it live up to your expectations? Does it live up to the hype? Will it be fast? Will it be furious? Let me know. And like always, thank you for watching, thank you for following along, and I will see you in the next update video.